Hello, you guys. My name is Newman. Welcome back to New Reviews. Today's topic, we'll be creating our episode one podcast on trail tested gear that actually works. We're going to be looking over to through different camping gear that's simple, honest, beginner friendly, easiest way to get into camping. I know it can be very overwhelming with the amount of tents, sleeping bags, backpacks, and camping accessories that are out there. If you're like me, who's walked into an REI before in the past, it is crazy. There's so much stuff in there that you can get lost in the sauce and you don't even know what you're looking for by the time you walk out. You forgot what you went in there for in the first place. So that is what we're going to be doing our episode on. How I chose this idea, it's actually for an assignment at CSUN. We had to create a podcast idea into generating some social media marketing. So this podcast is going to be for REI. We'll be talking about the different benefits on shopping with REI as well as who we are targeting. So to start off, the main talking points we're going to be looking at is why gear choice matters. Camping is supposed to be fun. Getting the wrong gear can quickly turn a relaxing trip to a very stressful one. So making sure that you have the right gear definitely matters. We're going to start off by looking into tents, sleeping bags, as well as backpacks and safety. Those are the four main topics that we'll look into. To start off with tents, there's many different options: two-person, four-person, six-person tents. The ones that I typically recommend is going to be the Coleman brands, just because they're a very well-known company that's been out there into camping accessories such as lanterns, stove tops, cooking camping gear. So just me personally, I've always liked Coleman, but you can also go into the RI brands. My one recommendation I would say is if you're a one person or even a two-person uh, couple or partners that are going to a camping trip, I would always recommend going a little bit bigger on size. Look for a three or even a four-person tent because they do run relatively small. Unless you're looking into like backpacking, then maybe a one-person tent is just enough. So it fits in your backpack and it's very small and compact. But yeah, these are the different options. Coleman, Evanston is the one that I normally recommend for a two-person tent. It's very spacious. If you can afford, this was actually on sale, one that's a little bit higher that allows you to actually stand up inside, makes it easier to change in the mornings or at nights before going to sleep. And talking about sleep, that's going to be the next product that we're going to be looking at, which is sleeping bags. Looking into sleeping bags, once again, different options. This kind of just depends on personal preference as well as budget. The most budget friendly is going to be this one, the Kelty Katana 30-degree sleeping bag. The reason why it's cheaper is because not only does it fold down bulkier, but it also the material that's being used is not as warm as higher end models, such as this 25-degree bag or a 20-degree bag over here. It is much bigger in size when it's broken down and compact versus these mummy styles. Um, they go pretty small, almost to the size of a water bottle, as you can see. So they're definitely a lot smaller, more compact, but they also come with a bigger price tag. And then our third product that we'll be looking at is going to be backpacks. So for backpacks, anything that's 40, 50, or even 60 liters should be fine. So Patagonia is a great company that makes amazing backpacks. Osprey and REI also follow suit. But bags that you want to look into is something that has a lot of strings and straps where you can put carabiners on, such as that one right there. You have some of these Gregory ones also where they have a bunch of straps you can attach different flashlights, walkie-talkies, so on and so forth. But yeah, that those are going to be the main talking points as far as gear goes. Remember that REI could release this type of content, this podcast that I'm doing right now as an assignment. Could be released in short form videos or Instagram reels so they can do small little product reviews or comparisons of this versus that via TikTok shorts or YouTube shorts. They can have topics or titles that say three things to look before buying your first tent. That could be a very good hook and catch to get people's attention. Or they can also have campaigns that could use keywords such as beginner camping gear or REI camping essentials. Those are amazing keywords to use to get uh, a lot of people engaged, and click-through rate can also go up higher by doing that. We also want to look into hashtags, hashtag trail tested or hashtag REI gear or hashtag camping with REI, stuff like that, where it will relate both hobbies, camping, as well as gear from REI. But yeah, that wraps up today's episode on Trail Tested Gear That Actually Works by REI. Remember, if you like any of these products that I talked about, click the link below as I do get some um, percentage in influencer affiliations with REI. So please like, comment on this video, as well as if you want to shop, click the link below. And also, if you guys have any questions on what other products you want me to review, please feel free to throw your comments below. Or if you have other recommendations to give, also comment those below. Thank you guys again. Take care.